Hi, everybody. Avana Intuitive here with our March 7th, 2023 recording on having fun. And I did some research in the last week, and I was actually what I thought I would find, which I did find some of, is how to have fun or having fun. But I also found um, basically that some of these people that I was doing the research with actually believe that understanding how to manifest and manipulate energy, that is fun. So let's get started and we'll get right into it. And as usual, I'll go through, what I found out. I have an Akashic record reading that I got from the founders. I asked the question. In fact, I think I asked the question. Well, let me see. What is the question I asked? What do we need to know about fun? Got an answer for that. And of course, at the end, there's a quick pick a card. So we'll go through that. But to get started, again, this is about the concept of fun and play. And I talked, or I didn't talk, I read about Abraham Hicks. I also read the book on playfulness for Chop Wood, Carry Water by Rick Fields. I just did that one chapter, but I took a look at that. I, of course, listened to some things with Dr. Joe Dispenza and Eckhart Tolle. And I do want to remind everyone that, of course, this is for entertainment purposes only. It's only my opinion, and it's for entertainment purposes only. So the first one I'm going to get into is Eckhart Tolle. They interviewed him and on one of the shows, and they asked him, what do you like to do for fun? And he said he has no desire to do anything, just be. That is his concept of fun. He said just to enjoy being, to look at the sky. So, you slow down, you look at the sky, you look at the trees. He actually mentioned being in the house and even looking at like just a piece of furniture and just really kind of not becoming one with it, but just really enjoying, how it's made and like the feeling maybe of the wood or the softness of the curves on it. But it's not, and he said, it's not really what you see when you look at that, but what you contemplate when you're looking at it. So he said, and contemplate is the word for contemplate came from the word temple, which is something sacred. So he said his idea of fun is really, again, just being, contemplating, which again is from the word temple, which is something sacred. So just feeling the joy of being alive. He talked about also the doing dimension. There's a doing dimension and a being dimension. And the doing dimension has to do with, of course, time, the future, being active, thinking about our to-do list. That's our doing dimension. But then we have our being dimension, which is really just looking and listening and giving complete attention to just being. And I think that's really important. And I don't know if that's exactly when I started looking into having fun and having playfulness in your life. That really wasn't something I thought I'd find, but I think that's such an important concept of just being. And he said there's a lack of being. That lack of being dimension is pretty much, well, it's kind of it's he said there's a lack of that in many homes. So I don't know, but that lack of being basically is really, I think, a part of a lot of our lives we just are constantly doing. And he said, you have to spend that time doing because we're third dimensional beings and we have to do that. But we also have to spend that time just being. He said, because no amount of doing is ever enough. So you kind of have to have one foot in each world. Again, kind of for me, thinking of it as that balance. We have to get up, we go to work, we certainly have the things we have to do and do our to-do list items, but we definitely have to take the time to just be. So that was Eckhart Tolle on fun. And then I looked into Dr. Joe Dispenza. And of course, he again was not one to really talk about the concept of having fun, but this is what I found out and I thought I would share it with you. He says that you need to get beyond yourself, your family, the people that you're with, and you have to go from feeling that you're someone to no one. In addition, you have to get beyond your phone, your car, your work, your house, your yard, and again, go from being somewhere to nowhere, from being something to nothing. This to me pretty much mirrored what Eckhart Tolle was saying about being, about just being. But he said you want to go right into, you kind of lose your, you, well, you don't kind of, you lose your sense of self, you lose your sense of place, who you are and what you are and where you are, and you go right into the present moment. And he said it's hard because we are addicted to 3D life, but we can all do it. So it's something we can all do, but he did acknowledge that it is hard for us to do because we're just so addicted to this 3D lifestyle that we have. But oh, he also said where you place your attention is where you place your energy. So what you want to do is you want to create a field, or you actually want to create from a field of energy, not from a field of matter. And he said this, when you do that, when that field that you're creating from, when it's a field of energy and not of matter, you're now in the quantum field. That is an invisible realm of energy that connects everything that is material. So the quantum field is everything that is an invisible realm of energy that connects everything that is material. When we take this, and we actually talked about this, I think, last week, when you take this, that you have your idea, you combine it with an elevated emotion and a clear intention, and then you feel connected to the quantum field, and then you are connected. So the best way I can explain this, and I know it's not any way he would probably explain it, is when you meditate, when I meditate, I I just really become nothing. That's true. I try to quiet my thoughts. I try to lose my sense of self, like where I physically am. And now I'm in this like quantum field where, you have this, you can think of like at this point, if you want to manifest something, you have that elevated emotion and you have that clear intention. He said, and when you are doing that, you're connected to the quantum field, and then you become the vortex, which I thought this is what he says is the fun part. And this is where he was talking about fun. When you're in the vortex, and that vortex is everything that you want, okay, that you desire, and you find those things through life, what you want, what you don't want, those all can go into the vortex. I want this, I don't want that. If you don't want it, if you want it, it's in the vortex. But when you are able to get into this quantum field and really lose your sense of self and connect your heart and your mind, you collapse space and time and you draw that experience to you. And he says that's a lot more fun than going out and trying to create it on your own. And I thought, okay, so this is what a lot of these people are saying, and this is what I came up with in this research, is that people are saying there's nothing really, you can have fun, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later, having fun and playfulness, but the fun of this is learning how to manipulate this energy and move forward and manifest what you want. He said that's a lot more fun, and he said you can't predict when the experience will happen. And that's kind of true, because I've seen that in my life with things that I've wanted to have happen or that I maybe didn't want to have happen. But you kind of have to have, all of a sudden things will come into play and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe the way things lined up. There's, in my wildest dreams, I couldn't have lined it up. I couldn't have lined it up in that way and with that timing. So again, he says this is hard to do because this is everything, this goes against everything we have learned in our 3D world, to go to work, and which you should continue to go to work and do all your 3D stuff, but having that time to pull back and going into this like quantum field and manifest. He said this is where the fun is. Again, you're creating with this brain and heart coherence to draw our creations and our synchronicities to us. In line with this thinking is also Abraham Hicks. I was listening to Esther Hicks with Abraham, and she was saying, when you feel joy, okay, when you're in a good mood, you feel joy, you're happy, this is the time to be as specific as you can be with what you want to attract. When you're upset, okay, that's the time to be the most general. Even laying down, taking a nap, letting your conscience clear itself is really the best thing. So when you want to start to draw things to you or have this energy and this vortex come, where you are collapsing time and space and creating and drawing things to you, if you're upset, it's not a great time to start this. It's a great time to take a nap, just clear your mind, do what you have to do. And she said, you'll notice this, like if you have to make a decision on something, and if you're not sure, don't make a decision yet, because you will know when you are in the vortex and when you are tuned in, you will know what the answer is to that decision. That I've also have found to be true. Sometimes I just don't know what to do, and I'm just not getting a clear feeling either way. And I have found that just letting it sit, saying, I need the best direction. What is the most benevolent outcome? That's what I pray for or ask for. And then I let it go. And I just wait until I get that information. Hasn't been 100%. I don't get that every single time, but either I do get an answer that I know of, that I feel comfortable with, or the issue tends to go away and I don't have to make any decision at all. So that's, again, that doesn't work every single time for me, but it works a lot of the time. So again, with Abraham Hicks, you are launching your rockets of intention from where you are. And she said, you launch what you want to create. And she said, please realize the world is not broken and you are not here to fix it. I thought that was really important because I think we all feel like we have to fix it and we have to fix things on a grand scale. She said, the world is not broken. You are not here to fix the world. Your purpose here is to experience joy. She talks about that quite a bit, actually, but your experience, or Abraham does, our purpose here is to experience joy. And we came because it is joyful and fun to participate in this world. And she said, but even when you participate without joy, you still cause expansion, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to experience joy. We're here to create joy, have joy, and for expansion. And she says, it's all right to have fun while you do it. It's okay to be selfish and to reach for joy. I think that's important because I think a lot of us feel like, oh, I can't do it. I have to take care of everybody else. And there are times I have to take care of everybody else or do other things. But there are times when it is time for me to say, I can't help you with that. In fact, I was watching a thing with Eckhart Tolle, and I think we might have talked about it a couple videos ago, but kind of saying like a soft no. Okay. He's in one of the examples he gave, which I think this is a good time to bring that up just very quickly, is, say you watch somebody's kids and then they keep asking you to watch their kids. And then you realize, you know what, it's really not for me. So you don't say the next time they call, no, I'm not going to watch your kids. I don't ever want to watch your kids. No, you don't say that. You say, you know what? I totally enjoyed my time with your kids. You have beautiful children. I totally enjoyed my time. But I noticed that my time, is now moving into a different direction. So at this point, I really can't do that right now. It's a soft no. So you say no, because that's really how you feel anyway. If you say it with love and you deliver it with love and purpose and joy, you can look at it like, I don't want to be around these kids. Or you can look at it, which is really, you know what? It's okay. I don't mind watching the kids, but I really don't want to be around them because I want to take that time. I want to be selfish and take that time and do something for me. So anyway, that was a soft no that he talked about, which I thought was kind of interesting. But anyway, back to Abraham Hicks and fun. So fun thoughts. Fun thoughts are impulses and suggestions from from the non-physical to do this, stop here, call that person. So again, I'm sure that's happened to all of us. You get a thought, oh my God, let me give this person a call, or let me look this up, or just something. You get these impulses to do something. And these thoughts, she said, are offered to you nonstop. We are constantly getting these thoughts, but we are not always in the receiving mode to get them. She said, the more often you are in the receiving mode, it is fun to receive the nudges, that idea that sets you off on a great day. They're always being offered to us, and it's fun to get them. And let me give you an example of what happened. I was meditating about 2 weeks ago, and I actually only meditate about 15 minutes a day. Some days better than others. Some days I really can't quiet my mind, but I just think, okay, I'm just going to, sit here and meditate and rest my mind for 15 minutes. Again, some days I do a better job of it than other days. And lately, I'm going to be honest, I haven't been doing a great job of it, but I'm still doing it, but only 15 minutes. I don't push it much past that 15, 20 minutes. That's it. But anyway, I was coming out of my meditation and I just saw a picture of a doggy wheelchair. And my dog Sarge, he's about, I'm going to say maybe 120 pounds, and he's 13 years old, and he's having a hard time walking. Now, I wasn't thinking about a doggy wheelchair. In fact, I wasn't thinking about him actually at that moment. I wasn't thinking about him at all. But I got this impulse to look into a doggy wheelchair. So I came out of my meditation, and it kind of happened at the end of the meditation. I came out of the meditation. I thought, that's interesting. I'm going to take a look on the internet and see what I find out. So I pulled up the internet, looked up doggy wheelchairs, and immediately really found a company immediately that looked legitimate. I got on their site. Okay. I had no clue what a doggy wheelchair would cost. And you can certainly look up your own doggy wheelchairs, but I thought it was going to be really, really expensive. The actual price was half of what I thought. I'm like, this is cool. All right. Half of what I thought. Still too expensive, and I'm not going to buy it, but half of what I thought. That particular day, they were having a sale of half off that price. If you bought the camouflage color, you couldn't buy any other colors, but I thought, well, it doesn't matter to me if it's camouflage. And not only was it half price, that included shipping and tax, it was less than half the price of what they were charging. In addition, they were giving 10% of your purchase to a veterans, a veterans place. So you were helping the veterans. So I bought it. I immediately bought it. And I want to show you a picture because I bought it. It was delivered. I'm still learning how to put it together and how to fit it on Sarge. But let me show you this picture of him because he's such a sweetie pie. So here he is. We're still fitting him. Here's Sarge with his wheelchair, with his wheels. And yes, you are absolutely, if you know anything about this bar should be totally parallel. And so anyway, what they told me to do, I called the place. I said, I'm not sure really how to put this on him. We're pretty close, but we're not 100%. And they said, take a picture, put it on, take a picture. We'll tell you what to do. So I took this picture. I sent it to them. They said, tighten up this strap and loosen the red strap underneath, and then take another picture and we'll tell you what else to do. So I am in that process right now. Our weather has been terrible here, and I haven't been able to get him back outside. Outside right now seems to be the best place to fit this on him. So if you look at that, you are absolutely right. That is not fitted on him correctly, but we're working on it. And the company has just been absolutely wonderful to work with. So that being the case, that was something. Now, was that a gentle nudge that I got to save the world? No, but you know what? I'm totally enjoying this process. And just as importantly, Sarge is enjoying it. At first, when I came at him with all this stuff, he's like, oh no, he laid on his bed. He's like, I'm not going there. I'm like, come on. And we worked through it. And now he's enjoying it. He's kind of like, hey, where's my wheels? Let's get this going. So we are working through the process. But now that was just a gentle nudge that I got. And I'm totally enjoying it. So, and I'm having fun with it. So anyway, again, you can have a stream of these gentle nudges all day long. As Abraham Hicks always talks about, step 1, you have a desire. Step 2, source grants it immediately. And then step 3, you line up with that vibration. And she also said, you know what? It's no fun to try to make ourselves worthy. And we try to be source to grant things to ourselves. We're already worthy. We've already got it. All we need to do is move forward and have fun and think about it, get into the right vibration, and we line up with that vibration, and then it comes to us. This is where Dr. Dispenza said we collapse space and time, and we literally draw things to us. So, okay. That was Abraham Hicks. Oh, and then she also did say that, often we believe in our 3D world that fun feels frivolous and that you have to always be serious. And she said that is absolutely not true. We are trained to struggle and sacrifice, but love, joy, and gratitude draws what we want to us. That's true. We are told we have to struggle. We have to struggle to get some. No, but love, joy, and gratitude draws those positive things to us that we want. So that was Abraham Hicks. I then bought a book called Chop Wood, Carry Water by Rick Fields. This book was written in, I think, 1984, and it has pictures in it. So it's kind of fun to look at things because everything looks kind of a little old fashioned from 1984. But anyway, they have a chapter in there called playfulness. And playfulness, now this is what I thought I was going to find a lot of in the research. Playfulness invites adults, kids, opposite sexes, different races, all humans and animals bind together with play. And I thought that's so true. When you're playing, you can be playing a game with kids, with adults, with anybody, and it really binds you together. And it just it really says like play makes you wonderfully free and aimless. It is the spark that makes life worth living. And I thought that is absolutely so true. It is the spark of life that makes life worth living. Um, it also talks about a sense of humor in this chapter. They said a sense of humor is one of the most important qualities of the truly spiritual person. The sense of humor, because the sense of humor is the opposite of self importance. And then I want to read this too because it says play is as sacred as any prayer because playfulness, singing, dancing, and laughter will relax you. And the truth is only possible in a relaxed state. So you often only get in that state in meditation, but you can also get in that state with play. Oh, and this is also good. We are all playing the game of life. The playing field is earth, and the game lasts as long as our life. The aim is enlightenment, awareness, love, or whatever we conceive as our highest and ultimate goal. Life is the largest game we can imagine, the most serious and the most real. So real, we tend to forget in the heat and excitement of the play that we are playing. And also, if we play with the right spirit, the most enjoyable and satisfying game of all. So keep play and fun in your life, find time for it, and know that well, it's just a nice, it just really is what makes life worth living. So I did open up the records of the founders, the Akashic records of the founders, and I asked, what do we need to know about fun? What do we need to know about fun? And here's the answer I got. If you could only see in your vibration the light emitted from you when you are having fun, however you like to have fun, you would never want to leave that vibration or activity. Fun vibration rises you up nearer to your higher self so that you are infinitely closer to source. Fun and joy are why you are here. As Earth's vibration rises, you will see many changes over the next 50 years with regards to work, money, and finances that will naturally free up your time so that you can have more time for fun and creating those things that bring you joy. In the short term, try to take a look at your schedule and your to do list and free up as much space as you can. The notion of just being, as expressed by Eckhart Tolle, sounds and is simple, but time must be set aside so you can enjoy it and its benefits. Also, try to have some spontaneous fun. Tell a quick joke, draw a smiley face, play a quick game of tic tac toe with a friend. So much of life is frittered away with worries that never materialize and reliving past experiences that are all but forgotten by everyone but you. You have the free will to do what you want when you want. But life is just so much more enjoyable, and you are just so much more receptive to receive our messages when you live it with love, gratitude, and joy, and by having fun. So, there you go. That's the message that I got. Again, if you have any messages or questions for the Akashic Records you'd like me to answer for next week, please put them in the chat below and I'll be happy to answer them. And now, of course, we have our pick a card. So let me get that set up here. All right. All right, here we go. I want to make sure I had everything in the right order. Okay. Here is card 1, card 2, card 3. Think about which card resonates with you. 1, 2, or 3. Okay. If you picked card 1, you picked card 15, which is the Muse. And it says this card, this is a time of heightened this is a time of heightened resourcefulness and inventiveness. Any project, new or old, that you are working on can receive exceptional energy now from you and the universe. You can see these petals of inspiration and creativity are drifting up upon the wind. This is the universe, this is source giving you those answers, and again bringing in the inventiveness, the energy that you have, but also that you can receive from the universe. So if you're working on something, or you're thinking about something, or bringing up an old project, now may be time to do that. Card 2, if you picked card 2, that's 20. Card 20, will, wisdom, and mind. This card says, you see that there's the gold crown of power above a Celtic Trinity knot, and the alchemical symbols of fire and water are next to it, and the ancient three-legged symbol of the coat of arms from the Isle of Man. Right now, you may really be experiencing enormous power, balance, and expression. 3 rays of the divine move within you now: power and will, love and wisdom, and intellect of mind. You are working intimately with the ascended masters, even if you don't feel that you are. You can raise your focus to a higher level of power and purpose right now. You're likely to find yourself in a position of authority and influence also at this time. Great activity, but you can handle it. This can bring together This is bringing together meditation, rest, creativity, and action. This is a very powerful card, as you can see. Divine forces are moving through you so that you can manifest their power. That's card 2. And if you picked card 3, that is number 6, which is the divine physician. And surprisingly, we got this card last week in the same position, the 3rd card. When I pulled it for this video, I was like, maybe I should pull another card. And I distinctly heard, no, somebody needs to hear this message. So if you picked card 3, it's the divine physician. Right now, you are carrying healing light and healing water. This powerful eternal healing spirit now walks with you, moving. You're moving benefit. You're moving into. I'm sorry. You're moving into healing light and healing on many levels, not only receiving it, but also teaching it. It is powerful healing for you, and a very good time to help others, to help heal others, if that is what you choose to do. So again, the divine physician, you are here with a very powerful light around you of healing, and it within you, that you can that you are not that you are either receiving and using to help heal yourself, or that you can use to help others with. So it really is a very, very powerful healing spirit that is now around you. So that's card 3. So those are the 3 cards. Again, please like, subscribe, and share my channel. It's free. Again, for entertainment purposes only. To book a private Akashic record reading, please contact me on my website at avanaintuitive.com. And until next time, my friends, namaste.